What's going on, guys? So the other night I went ahead and cut that little wastegate off and welded on a 44 millimeter. We're gonna see if we can stop the boost cut. The boost creep. What's going on, guys? So we're gonna do our first test rip. I went ahead and lowered boost cut to 15 and turned off VTEC. So we're gonna get another baseline, no VTEC, and see if we can target that 8-pound spring on this 44 millimeter wastegate. We'll just do like a quick third gear zip. Right there, guys. 8.6. You heard it open. All right, now that's no VTEC, so the real problem is going to come in VTEC. So as long as we can do that in VTEC, I'm okay with anything under 15. So this is supposed to be an 8.7 or 7.8, something around an 8-pound spring in the gate. And y'all can see right there, 8.69 pounds. It was a little lean, but it's okay for air fuel. We'll look at the log. Actually, I didn't data log it. I'm just gonna turn on VTEC. All right, guys, we turned on VTEC. Fourth gear. Yeah, let's do a fourth gear. We're gonna do a fourth gear pull. We almost hit 9 pounds. Got a little bit of work to do. I'm gonna stop the data log. We're gonna check things out. But that was a solid ass rib right there, guys. So I fixed the boost creep pretty much by putting that 44 millimeter gate on. I was hoping it would creep a little higher because now we're on just really low boost. But I'm gonna dial in the air, fuel, and ignition. And I wanna go to the track before I break this thing. I'd rather break at the track and get some passes out of it. But 8's pretty low, so we might do something. We'll let you guys know after the log. All right, guys, I don't know if y'all can see this, but right here, actually, I just want to point the curve out. So that blue line's when we go at full throttle, and the black line's map. So this thing came up to boost and just held flat. Now we had a small little spike where it hit 8.9 for a split second, but the peak you could see it stayed at 8 pounds, even in VTEC. So.
And don't mind my chicken foot. Don't mind my chicken foot.
He let off at 6,800. So we're going to see if we can get to the limiter now, which we should be able to. Fuel looked good. It was actually rich, and it was starting to lean out. I'll have to do the dip on there's a rich dip. Rich dip. Not non-VTEC, I'm not really worried about it. But in VTEC, you see right there, it tanks into the low 10s. And then it comes back up to the 11. So we're just actually going to just try it because the air fuel next to limiter is like damn near perfect. So we're gonna try to hit the limiter in fourth gear, and it does kind of suck, guys. This thing has no top end because we're on a small tire and B16 trans, so this isn't gonna be no fucking roll racer or nothing like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share the log, and that's only 15 degrees of timing. So we're gonna see where it gets to, and then that little dip where we hit that, it may smoothen out with some timing. So you can see we're at 16 degrees, and then where it went down to 15 degrees, it could start causing too much like EGTs. So once I add a little timing, hopefully we'll see boost taper off back down to 8.2. So we'll get back with you on that fourth gear pull all the way to the limiter. All right, guys, the log looked good enough to me, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get it all the way to the limiter. Turn around first. We have a little bit more run room. It really sucks that it only hits 100 in fourth gear. But I'm gonna go to the track on 24.5. So the jump from 23-inch tires to 24.5-inch tires, I'm hoping I can hit like 120. That should give me enough speed to do a mid 11 is the goal. But if I still at least hit that high 11, I'll be happy. It's just 8 pounds. There we go, another fourth gear rib all the way to the limiter. it actually did boost creep this time. Made it to the 7400 RPM limiter. We went from 8, and I felt it ramp like at 68, or I think it was, yeah, around 68. I felt that last couple hundred RPM kind of start to get away from the wastegate a little bit, but that's nothing to worry about. The only thing is, when you get boost creep, it kind of messes with your air fuel. So we're steady in the 10-pound column, and then when you boost creep, you know, to another pound or two, you're gonna hit the next column or break point. So I gotta tune that and smooth it out. And then I raised VTEC, which also seemed like it hit really late, but we'll
do some more tweaking.
Yeah, we'll do some more tweaking, and we'll get back with you. Logging this time, forgot to log, but we did boost creep a little bit. But we're gonna run it out again so I can get a better data log. Flotski a puss. Some fucking van. You're good. It looked like a cop. Alright guys, so it was boost creeping up top, and I think it could be because I had the timing read too retarded, so I added 4 degrees, or I added 2 degrees in some spots, but we're gonna see if we can reduce some of it. But we're gonna have to turn around. At about 7,300 RPM, it boost crept from 8 to 10.5. Before that, it went to 11.5, but I added 2 degrees of timing, so I'm holding back the engine on timing. So I added another 2. We're gonna see if 18 lowers boost even more, just that way we know we're not making the engine struggle because of the ignition advance. If it does lower there, I'm probably gonna find a rated turn up boost, because I don't want to get crazy on timing with this stock block. But as long as it's a little more efficient than it is right now, I'll be happy, and we can take it to the track. So let's runway is kind of short, so we got to run it back. Usually try to turn around and get a long stretch. I can't wait to get a dyno, guys. I know I try to show y'all this street tune action, but man, I really do get burned out with it at times. The ultimate goal, guys. Y'all gotta make this channel grow so I can get us a dyno, bring y'all some fire content. Out. All right guys, so we kind of reached like a little max, not a max, but what I say that the I can kind of tell what cylinder pressure is starting to do with the changes in ignition, and we still hit 10.5 pounds. So the 2 degrees really didn't make the engine any more happier. It felt a little smoother, but on the street, guys, I really try not to go too crazy on the timing. So we're gonna read the plugs, make sure there was no dead on them, and then we'll leave it there. And really the way to turn up the power from here is going to be more boost.
do a fucking pool.
Right. I'm recording now.
Ready?
Yeah.
That sound like shit, right? Alright guys, so I just tried to do a little launch and there was a really rich spot, so it kind of put the flame out a little bit. So I'm just going to do some more drivability and get the tip in a little cleaner.
We live.
Alright guys, I was fighting a VTEC crossover bogging on me. It was going too rich, so I'm gonna see if I fix it. And then also my limiter was acting really funny. It was like the fuel cut was just like, it sounded more like it would just go lean instead of cutting. So I turned on ignition cut with the fuel cut.
Let's see what she does.
Is it recording?
What, the log? Yeah, it's red at the bottom.
Spots, so in between shifts or oh fuck, I turned on. I didn't mean to turn it off. That was like the worst thing you can do after pool. Just let it shut off. Yeah, I still have a lot of rich spots, guys, so I'm kind of fighting like the VTEC crossover and stuff. The thing with big injectors, it's gonna happen a lot where you have a bunch of rich spots in your map, but just have to slowly trim away at them because I don't want to like just lean the car off for no reason. Yeah, I'm just going over my fuel readings. In boost is fine, but it does hit that rich spot. Like when VTEC first hits, you can see it's in the 10s, and that's like right here, right at the crossover. So basically, I need to like tame all that down below VTEC, or even in VTEC when VTEC first hits. It's just a little too spicy, so I'm gonna trim like 5% at a time, and then slowly get that VTEC crossover more seamless, so where like it doesn't bog. I really don't want any of these 10-0s areas. I really want a smooth engagement. So we're gonna try that. If it stays in 11s, that's fine, but I just gotta trim slowly because I don't want to trim out too much. So let's do another one.
the video rolling?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's put out what I know. Kind of like have a safe spot or establish a spot where you say, okay, I'm gonna abort this session, and you know, you're not always gonna get the tuning session done first try. So if you feel something's not right, always just stop and just kind of go over your setup. Make sure fuel system and ignition system are on point, because when you're calibrating this, if you're calibrating a faulty system, you're only gonna hurt yourself, your motor. You're gonna chase a lot of tuning, and I'm real bad at this. I chase myself a lot. I chase my tail tuning, trying to trim fuel here, fuel there. But if your ignition system just simply isn't igniting the mixture, then you're gonna have a lot of false readings. And right now, that's where we're at. I have a false limiter, and usually that's due to weak spark. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board and probably a new distributor, which I don't want to do. But I'm just gonna get in there and make sure everything, all the contacts are good. Coils got the cap's got no corrosion. Probably do a cap and rotor, and then try again. There's no sense in stringing this thing out, trying to turn it off and everything. That coil is more likely getting hot. We've been tuning for like over an hour. The motor's doing fine, surprisingly, but it's getting put through a lot of hell. And I think the dizzy is what's starting to fail, because the electronics having to go through heat stress is gonna make things fail sooner. Yeah, we're gonna end this session here, and I'll get back with y'all when we figure out this misfire.